Hello and welcome to How to Film Weddings. My name is John Bunn, and today is a special bonus episode of our How to Film Weddings podcast. On Tuesday of this week, Nick and I went live inside of our Facebook group to talk about ways that we can get ready for 2021. It was the kickoff to our complete wedding videography course launch, which is for sale right now. And we wanted to just have this as an audio episode on a Thursday, just as a bonus in case you missed it live. We walked through 5 different things you should be thinking about to have a huge 2021. Because whenever we really think about it, we're cramming 2 wedding seasons into 1 year, and there's a lot to get ready for. And if you're not ready now, and if you're not preparing right now, you're going to potentially be in a world of hurt. So this is the live that we did inside of our Facebook group. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to be able to see our presentation a little bit better. If you're just listening on audio, you're going to hear us talking and interacting with the crowd. But we thought that the content itself, the 5 points for you, are something you really need to have in your business. And so we want to go ahead and jump on over into this week's bonus episode of the How to Film Weddings podcast. Yes, Nick Miller.
Dude, what's up?
I'm just over here bouncing in my office, doing some shadow boxing.
Yeah, you are.
Getting ready.
You're excited
about today. How are you?
Dude, I am so good, doing really, I don't know, just really good.
Good. We've been hanging out all morning, so I mean,
we have been hanging out. I mean, we've been talking, we've been, being us, hanging out. It's been good. So what about you?
Man, I'm excited. There are a lot of people watching. If you're out there on Zoom or on Facebook, say hello. Make sure you can just comment that you can hear us. Let us know where you're watching from, all that good stuff. So we got a lot of Kansas City, Minnesota, Delhi, India, Kansas City. Rich is here. Maylee is here. Alex is here from Germany. Lots of different people. I'm letting people into the group, Nick, or into the Zoom call. Let's check over on Facebook. We got some Arkansas. We got a lot of people here today, Nick. It's going to be good.
We do. We have a lot of different people here. There's probably quite a few reasons why we have so many people here. I mean, we have, our workshop that we're doing, lots of stuff talking about, things that you need to be thinking about for 2021. But, there's our course, which we've been talking so much about, and we're going to give away a membership today on this live chat. So, I mean, so much good stuff.
I got so excited. I sent an email at 3:30 this morning saying the course is live. I don't know if you're on our email list, but I woke up to all these emails saying, the course link doesn't work. I'm trying to buy the course. I can't get it. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm running downstairs in my undies, just fix the problem. It's not going to work.
Gosh.
So anyway, it's been a fun, eventful day so far today. So, but yeah.
Whoops, wrong button. There we go.
You back? You there?
Yeah.
I'm letting people in. We've got a cool 100 on Facebook, 35 on Zoom right now. People are still joining. It's only 2:03. The fashionably late. There's a couple more on Zoom. So I'm trying to let people in. I'm excited, my friend. It's a good day.
It is a very, very good day. Very good day. So I think that we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So if you've joined us in our free workshops group, we've had a free workshops group over the last few weeks. We are doing this in our main How to Film Weddings group. So I'm sure there's some people that have come over from there. There might be some people that didn't even know about the free workshops and they're showing up to this one. So we're really excited to have you. If you are here, it's because we today are talking about 5 keys to a huge 2021 wedding season. We think that it's very probable that 2021 is just going to be bananas when it comes to weddings. And so we have some things that we're going to talk about, some things that we're going to share. BANANAS. Bananas. And so we have some things we're going to share about that. But first, we just want to do a quick introduction. We're sure that since this is our main Facebook group, that most of you know who we are, but we wanted to say hello. My name is Nick Miller. My wedding video business is Wild Oak Films. I'm based in Wichita, Kansas. 2018, it was 17, 18. I met John. We started a YouTube channel, which turned into a podcast, How to Film Weddings. And we've been doing that since 2018. This yesterday was what, 122? I think 122 episodes of our podcast have been released out into the world. Quite a bit. So anyway, that is who we are. John runs Redeem Productions in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Anything else I need to say about you?
No, I'm the guy without the beard. Nick is the one with the beard. Our voices sound like they should be on different faces. That's all people really need to know. I think that's it, though. But I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff to get into. So if you're out there in the interwebs world and you're ready to start learning, you're ready to lean in, I'm just going to ask you this. I want you to type it in the comments. I've been doing this in the free workshop groups, but just say, I'm ready. I think the interaction is going to force yourself to actually get better today. And that's what we're here for. We're here to elevate the industry. If you're here, say, I'm ready. And this is something that's going to help change your business if you're willing to change and not just sit on the sidelines and listen. So if you're leaning in today, say you're ready. Tons of people saying you're ready. I am excited.
That's great. Excited. And this is a big draw. I know that a lot of people are here because of this. Our complete wedding videography course, which is going to be on sale today, actually, spoilers, but you will get it for free. We're going to do an entry, how you can win it at the very end, but you got to be present and you have to be here to qualify. So we're going to do that at the end, but it's definitely something that you want to be a part of. So John, let's go ahead and jump into the 5 keys to a huge 2021 wedding season.
Yes, a lot of people are so focused on 2020, but if you think about it, because everybody's moved, I don't know if you've been out there, a lot of my couples have moved to next year. I've already got a ton of dates booked. And so we have 2 years crammed into 1 year. Now, for some people, they're going to get overwhelmed. It's not going to help them. They're going to be stressed. And then for some people, they're going to take advantage and really blow up their business in 2021. And so, we saw a post yesterday from Tommy Kirkpatrick in our group, and I thought it was really telling to what's been going on. And maybe this is the same thing that's been happening to you. But he said, is anybody else getting a wave of last-minute wedding inquiries recently? I've been getting 2 to 3 inquiries a week for October, wondering if it has something to do with so many weddings slimming down. And the basic question is just like, are you guys seeing an influx in weddings? And I know for me, a lot of people are inquiring for 2021. Like, it's going crazy. There are so many people that are realizing the importance of videography, and they're realizing that their plans for 2020 are changing. And so they're realizing, oh my goodness, there's a lot of people that are about to get engaged. I want to get my date set before they get their date set. And so there's this almost franticness to these people that, like, when they call me, they're like, oh my goodness, are you available on this day? And honestly, a lot of my dates are already booked. So it's causing quite the conundrum, Nick.
Yes. So it's potentially, and again, we're choosing to look at the world glass half full, saying, it's possible that 2021 might be another 2020. We don't know that, but we would rather be prepared for it to be a boom of stuff rather than thinking, it's just going to be another 2020. So, but here's the thing that we want to talk about, okay? We're going to have double the number of couples. How many weddings? I have, I think, 5 or 6 I only had 19 on the books. So a huge percentage, 30% of my weddings pushed back to next year. So more couples plus the same number of videographers with less dates. It means way more demand. So you really need to be prepared. That's what we're wanting to talk about. So number 1, the thing that we need to get out there right off the bat, are you prepared legally? Legally, contracts, all of that stuff. Are you ready for 2021?
I have had so many.
Yes.
Yeah, are you there?
No, you go. I'm here. No.
Well, I didn't know. You cut out. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be polite to you, my friend. But so next year, for this year, I had so many people. And I don't know if you guys have had to have this battle where it was like, we're moving our wedding because of COVID, and it's force majeure, so you have to give me a new date or I want all my money back. Or all these people thinking they know the law in your state better than you do. It probably caused a lot of animosity because your contract wasn't really airtight. And so what you should be doing, getting ready to crush 2021 to help yourself have an awesome 2021 is, making sure that you are prepared legally. There might be more COVID, there might be more shutdowns. We don't know what's going to go on. So if you book a ton of weddings and then all of a sudden a big wave of COVID happens again and you have to move everything, like you can't sustain a business. So legally, are you prepared for that? Have you structured your payment plans in such a way where you're going to get paid whether or not the wedding date gets moved, so you can actually, make ends meet, you can pay your bills? And so as you're preparing for that, you need to contact an attorney. You need to be in touch with an attorney. We recommend Paige Holst and the crew over at shopcreativelaw.com. We have a ton of resources with them at howtofilmweddings.com/law. But when we were preparing for 2021, Nick, we got with our attorney and we said, here's our contract. What do we need to change? What do we need to get ready? What kinds of things should we be thinking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So number one, just be prepared legally. And I know a lot of us have had to deal with contracts and changes, but if you haven't actually set up your contract and have something that has pandemics or COVID or something in it, then you need to. Every other major business in the world where you signed a contract, I guarantee you now has a pandemic clause, guaranteed. Okay. So if you haven't done it, you need to be on there and get with that. The second thing to having a huge 2021 season is you need to know your numbers. Don't be like Kevin, who's not very good at numbers, okay? But you really need to know what your numbers are. So the thing that you need to figure out is what is your current number of weddings, okay? You need to write it down and figure out whenever you're knowing your numbers. That's a big part of it is knowing how many weddings you have. And here's the question. How many of your weddings that maybe got moved to 2021, they've already paid in full, and so therefore you're not getting any more money from them, okay? I know of
you should actually ask the crowd. Yeah.
Seriously,
ask the crowd
type that in. Type that in. Of your weddings that you have that were supposed to happen in 2020 that have been moved to 2021, how many of them have already paid in full, okay? Of my 6 weddings that got moved, 3 of them, they had paid in full before anything ever happened. So I got paid for the money, which is great. But next year, whenever I do the work, I'd be like, oh, this will be great to get paid. Oh, nope, spent that money. It's gone. So that's just something that you need to know and be careful of as you are moving forward. Okay? John, why don't you take this?
Yeah, whenever I'm looking at my numbers, we talked about this before on the podcast, but refreshing your memory, you need to know how much money you need to survive. I know that in my life, I need X amount of dollars to just survive, pay for my family, live. And I know that each month. And if I multiply that by 12, I kind of get a number that's just the baseline of what I need. And then I think, how many weddings can I physically handle? Do I want to shoot? With those 2 numbers, you can really be doing, you can really figure out how much you want to be charging and know your numbers. And so how much money you need to survive and how many weddings you can handle. Because, Nick, 2021, my friend, let's just be honest, it's going to be more work. And just like Jim here, which I appreciate, Nick is the gift guy. He did the office for me today. But 2021 is going to be more work for a lot of us. A lot of people have had weddings move and have had some of them pay. So you're going to be pulling extra. You're going to be pulling, double time, 1.5 time, depending on where you are in the world. You might, California still shut down. They're going to have to be doing 2 years in one. And you have to just be ready for that. You have to mentally prepare and get yourself ready now for next season.
Yeah. So the third thing that you need to do is have a plan to raise your prices, because if you don't have a plan to raise your prices, you will declare bankruptcy and you will go out of business and you will no longer be able to do this thing that hopefully you really love. So you need to have a plan to raise your prices. Here is something that John and I do know. Right now, we're kind of, some of us might be worried about the future and we don't know what we're doing. And so we're saying yes to absolutely everything so that we can get money, so we can kind of stockpile in case there's another pandemic or, whatever's going on. And whenever you say yes to absolutely everything, you say yes to clients that you don't want to work with, say yes to clients you do want to work with high budget, with low, if you say yes to everybody, we do know that you are going to get overbooked. And you know what happens when you get overbooked, John? Not good things.
You get stressed. Yeah. You get stressed. The money is good.
But
go ahead. Yes.
Will future you be upset with present you? Okay. Will 2021 Nick be okay with the decisions that 2020 Nick made? And if you're saying yes to everything, then you're going to have a problem. So as we're figuring out what next year is going to look like, you need to have a plan to raise your prices so that you can keep up with the demand that is going to be there. Because like we said earlier, there is potentially going to be way more weddings, but the same number of videographers and a finite number of weekends. Okay, so you need to keep up with the demand. So the question we ask is, when should you raise your prices? And last point, we talked about knowing your numbers. If you know your numbers, this is pretty easy to figure out. So how much money is it that you need to survive? Here's how you figure it out. Here's how much do you need to survive? And then you figure out the cap number of weddings, and then you just divide how much you want to make by the number of weddings that you want to shoot. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So let's say that you need $60,000 to live as a family, to take care of it. That's what you need. And then you say, my cap is 35 weddings. So then okay, I need to make $1,715 in profit per wedding for me to make it and survive in this world. Yes.
Before moving on, Nick, I think a lot of us, I was listening to the Armchair Expert podcast with Dak Shepard. He had Bill Gates on the other day, and Bill Gates is pretty successful. If you didn't know, he's worth a lot. He's doing a lot for the world. And he said he loves to be in a state of confusion. If he's not confused about something, he knows he's not growing. And he said most adults, when they get to a state of confusion, they just quit instead of pressing through. And the difference between successful people and not successful people is they are the ones that take the time to understand, okay, I'm confused right now, but if I can get to the other side of this, I'm going to succeed. And so if you're confused, or if you're someone out there, like Letitia that just wrote, I hate numbers. I feel you. I feel you so much. But here's the thing, where it gets a little confusing, you can make it simple like this. I need $60K to live. I can do up to 35 weddings. I need to at least profit $1,700 per wedding. So if you're confused about numbers, don't give up, don't quit. This is what's going to separate you from other companies that get overbooked, get overstressed. And so this is crucial to you in your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then our rule of thumb, this isn't an exact science. It's kind of a go with your gut thing, but thing that we have found pretty proven true is when you hit to be about, let's say you want 35 weddings, whenever you hit to be about 70 to 80% of that, so when you're at around 25, 27, something like that, of that number, then it's time to raise your prices by at least 10%, maybe even up to 20. Or maybe you say at 60%, I'm going to raise my prices by 10%. And then at 75%, I'm going to raise them by 20%. And then at 90%, I'm going to raise it by 30, kind of whatever. But if you kind of have a plan and you kind of know where you are going, it will just help you in the long run to not be overbooked and not be overstressed. And future you will thank you so much for that.
Make future you like you. Make future you thank you. And that moves into our next point. When you know your numbers, when you know when you should raise your prices, you're able to educate and update. You're able to educate your current couples. You're able to update your messaging. You're able to show value, in what wedding videography is. If you don't know your numbers, you're not confident. If you do know your numbers, that's where you can say, okay, I'm already this booked. I need to change my messaging to people. I need to change the way that I'm talking to my couples. Yesterday, I had a bride reach out to me who got engaged last weekend. And she called me yesterday frantically saying, are you available on Sunday, May 16th, or whatever the Sunday is that weekend? And I am available, but she was like, I can't find anyone that's open. Everybody's already booked. COVID hit. I just got engaged. I wasn't even thinking about it. And then I realized everyone and their dog is trying to get prime dates for next year. And by knowing my numbers and knowing that I already have 11 weddings booked and that I know that I need around 13 weddings to pay all of my bills for next year, I was able to change the wording of how I communicated with her. Things like, hey, if you want to book, I don't want to pressure you, but you need to make, like whatever I can do to help you make a decision within the next few days is going to help you, is going to help me help you, because ma'am, I'm sorry, but it is crazy this year, and it is so important, and people are seeing the value of video. So I'm able at that point to educate them. I'm able, due to high demand, we suggest you contact us immediately. I wrote that down because your website needs to be updated. What things, when you're communicating on Instagram and Facebook and all these different platforms, if you need to be educating and you need to be updating.
Yeah, and then the other thing, cause a sense of urgency as you're updating, you're educating, and let them know, don't be like this bride who cannot find a weekend because they didn't know that they needed to contact their vendors like immediately. So cause some sense of urgency. Book before it's too late. That might be too salesy for you. It might sound kind of cheesy, and maybe it's not true for you and your business, but just be thinking of ways to update your messaging that is truthful, but also educating the people that are coming out to contact you. Because if 2020 keeps going and everything continues to open up and be more, like, it is going to be urgent, because people are going to want to get married, but they're not going to be able to hire the people that they want to because they're already all booked up. And then the last thing, what do you have, John?
Before you get into that one, Nick, the thing that I really want people to get with this, is 2020 has been rough. If it's been rough for you, you're not alone. We have been through the ringer when it comes to knowing whether events are going to happen, whether they're not going to happen. And I think that, those of us that watch a lot of the news or watch what's going on Twitter, the mindset is, oh my goodness, life sucks, and we're going to all go out of business, and we all need to rely on somebody else. And yes, I hope there are things that help you with your government or with your state or whatever, but we want to equip you to be the one to take the action steps. Like, you need to be the one that's taking the notes and writing down and making the changes and doing that extra work. It's not easy. And we don't, in our podcast a lot, we talk all the time about the crockpot method and taking things slow and steady. And this is going to separate you from other people that don't know how to run their business. And so if it's confusing, you're in a really good spot. And so by taking a look at the way you're messaging, you're doing your messaging, by reaching out to previous couples that have inquired and just say, hey, I'm at this point, updating your Instagram profile that says, only taking this many weddings, 3 wedding spots left for the year. Like, you can create, like Nick was saying, that sense of urgency without being salesy, and just being like, buy now, pay later. It's like, you need to not just communicate yes to everybody. You need to realize that you are, like, if you say yes to a Saturday wedding in May, which in Oklahoma is like a really busy day, if you say yes to that, you're going to say no to somebody else on that day, because the wave is coming. It is going to happen. There are going to be more and more people. Nick, the majority of people get engaged between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, which is like a little over 2 months from right now. Everybody that's getting married next year isn't engaged yet. The ones that would originally be planning next year's weddings, most of them aren't engaged yet. So all of the inquiries you're seeing are people from 2021 that just got engaged, or people that have had to move a wedding. And so that, it's kind of like, I've been thinking about it, it's like a hotel whenever you are going to a concert downtown. If the Biebs is in town, Justin Bieber's here, downtown Tulsa is pretty full. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love me some Biebs, or if T-Swizzle is in town, the price for a hotel goes way up, because the demand the supply does not outweigh the demand. And if you just say, yeah, sure, like, all those hotels can raise their prices in a healthy way, as well as, that helps with that demand. So you have to change your mindset when it comes to next year. And I know I've been talking for a while, but I just really want to hit that point home that this is what you really need to be thinking about with your business. And don't just say yes and wait till January and then you realize your whole calendar's booked. And I know that I heard this from one of the people that listen in our group, Logan. She was like, I hate myself that I've booked all these weddings at this price. Make future you happy with current you. All right, that's all.
Yeah,
is that helpful, anybody?
Good job. Yeah, that was really good. And then the last one that we believe in is really investing in yourself. Be Beyonce always. Don't settle for anything less. Invest in yourself. Grow, grow as a person. Grow as a business. And so, the more you invest, the more prepared you will be. We're getting ready to go into like a downtime. There's some people I know in some parts of the country, their falls are bananas because, all of their spring weddings got pushed to, October and September. So they're doing triple headers all this time. But there's some other people that aren't that way. And so, I know it for us, for the month of September, for the first time since I've started doing this, we are not shooting a wedding in the month of September, which is crazy to me that we are not shooting it all in September. And so if you take time to invest in yourself, in your business, in anything, if you take in time to invest, you are going to be prepared way more. And the time to do that is now. Like, there is no better time.
Wait, you don't think we should wait till February?
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't.
I didn't mean to interrupt you again. I'm sorry.
No. The time to invest in yourself, in your business, is right now. Because you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know how booked up you're going to be. And so while you have some downtime or in the off season, now is the time to invest. So John, what are some ways? How do you invest in yourself?
Oh, I do lots of things. The first thing I would want to mention that you can be doing right now to invest in yourself is absorbing content through podcasts. Namely, there's a pretty good one called How to Film Weddings out there. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but there are a lot of podcasts on business, on running a wedding business, on shooting. Like, there's all kinds of podcasts out there. It's free. It's easy for you to, have when you're driving down the road, whatever it is. Podcasts are a great way to just continually keep your mindset on ways to be growing, doing things like that. So that's the first thing, Nick. What's the second one?
Yeah. Another one, YouTube is another great free resource. Here is our friend Matt Johnson with his beer to flame, asking if the A7S III overheats. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. But Matt has a lot. There is so much great content on YouTube. There's also a lot of mediocre content. But there's so much content on YouTube where if you just want to learn something, figure something out, there are so many educators. There are so many people out there just willing to share their information. So that's another great place that you can go is YouTube. We're also partial to this one as well. We have a Facebook group that you are in right now if you're a part of this, but we have over 7,000 people in this group that are all wedding filmmakers. And so whenever you have a question, if you want to learn, if you need feedback, whatever it may be, a group like this is a great place for you to invest in yourself.
Yeah, John, you can ask questions. Yeah, you can ask questions. You can, post your work. You can get feedback. This is a great place for community. And like Nick said, it's nearing 7,500 people in our group. And if you've been in other Facebook groups, especially around wedding videography, some of them aren't the nicest of places to be or to grow, but we constantly are curating the feed for you so you can get the most out of the Facebook group. We are trying our best to provide you podcasts, to provide YouTube, Facebook group, and then Nick, we have to mention the next one.
You
courses,
go for it.
Which, courses have changed my life. I have purchased, I don't even know how many courses at this point, but courses like the Complete Wedding Videography course that we're releasing here in just a little bit, what they do is they take the knowledge from somebody that has been there before you and they compress it all into one spot for you to be able to digest and to be able to consume in a much quicker amount of time. I remember taking courses on wedding videography or creative lives or things like that, and the amount of knowledge that I was able to get in a short amount of time propelled me in my business, saved years on my time. Like, what if there was, an ability when you first got going to just pour into some of these courses? That is the way to be investing into yourself and to be doing it right now, because if you are investing in courses right now, you're going to be ready and you're going to have that information by the time this wave hits. And we thought it was going to be 2021 when this hit. I mean, this week has been insanely busy for me, and my phone is ringing. Like, it had been, I had wondered if it had been shut off, and all of a sudden, nope, it's back. There's people calling, there's people inquiring.
Yep.
And so courses, Nick, you took some courses. What do you have to say about courses?
Yes, wonderful, fantastic. I remember the first thing I did was a course a long time ago was from Rob Adams on Creative Live, and it was a weekend long, and it totally changed. Like, this was just when I was getting started, and it totally changed my perspective, changed my thoughts. I know the in-person kind of workshops, mentorships are kind of, not going on well right now. So online courses are a great alternative to the in-person thing. I know that they have helped me in my business. You said all the things are very true about me as well. So there we go. The main difference between you today and 1 year from now is the people you meet, the people you hang around with, the people that you invest in, and then the education, the books, the courses, the podcasts, the YouTube videos, whatever that you consume. And so those two things are definitely going to shape who you will be in September of 2021.
Say
what
that
you do
again.
in the next
Say
12
it again.
months. Okay. So
Say
the
it
main
again.
difference between today you and future you is going to be the people that you invest with, the people that you hang around with, the people that you get to know, and then the education that you consume, the podcasts you listen to, the courses that you watch, the YouTube videos that you listen to and watch and consume, all of that kind of stuff. And so 1 year from now, do you want future you to be happy with the decisions that you made today? Or do you want future you to kind of be like, well, I guess I'm the same and whatever. There we go. True. So 5 key things to a huge 2021 season. We're just going to do a quick little recap here. Are you prepared legally? Do you have your contract set? Have you talked to a lawyer? Have you gone through that? Do you have that ready? Do you know your numbers? Have you sat down, figured out this is how much I need to make? This is how many weddings I need to shoot. And whenever those numbers don't equal what you want them to be, then you need to figure out something that you can do to make that right. Okay? Whenever you don't know your numbers, then you get into situations where, you look at your bank account and you have $17 and you're like, what's going on here? You don't want to be in that situation. The next one is you need to have a plan to raise your prices. Figure that out. If you know your numbers and you know the weddings that you want to shoot and you know the money that you want to make, then you can have a good, solid foundational plan on when and how you should raise your prices. John, why don't you take the last 2?
Yeah, if you're a screenshotting type, screenshot this screen. Do it, because we're going to move on here in a second. But number 4, educate and update. This is where you're educating your clients, you're updating your messaging, you're getting everything ready and set. Even if you're not super booked yet, you need to prepare the way that you're going to communicate to your potential couples once it does start coming in. So number 4, educate and update. And number 5, which is our very favorite, you need to invest in yourself. There's a ton of free ways, like we talked about, ways that we talked about, investing in yourself, with podcasts and Facebook group and all those kinds of things and YouTube videos. And, the speedway, the highway to investing into yourself is through online courses, whether that be ours. And so that is the 5 things that you need to have a huge wedding season in 2021. Well, that is the live workshop that we did. We're really excited about that content, and we're even more excited about the complete wedding videography course that is for sale right now. Enrollment is open until Monday of next week. So if you're listening to this a week or two after the episode drops, I'm sorry you can't get it until 2021. But the Complete Wedding Videography course is open for enrollment. All you have to do is go to completeweddingvideography.com. We're going to link it in the show notes. And I just kind of want to read through real fast what is in the course. And that way you can know kind of what's going on with the course and see if it's a good investment for you and your business. So we have two different options. In February, we launched this originally and had it open, and we only had one option. And now we've got a couple different options for you to get in, starting at $147 a month. So the Complete Wedding Videography course has a behind-the-scenes video of me doing a full wedding, a behind-the-scenes video of Nick editing a full wedding. So there's these two behind-the-scenes videos. Myself, they filmed me with a couple the whole day, the behind-the-scenes of an entire wedding. A lot of people in the course are saying how much they love that. So a behind the scenes of me at a wedding, and then Nick goes through every single portion of editing a wedding inside here. These are bonus videos. We have phone consultations for me actually chatting with couples when they're initially booking us or initially kind of reaching out to us. Nick did the same thing. And then I also recorded myself at the 6-month checkup time where we added thousands of dollars of items to different couples. And so we do this with all of our couples. So you got the behind the scenes wedding videos, you have phone consultations. Inside of the course as well, you're going to get all of our How to Film Wedding digital templates, everything in our digital template shop, from our questionnaires to our email templates to our budget sheet. Everything that we offer in the shop, you're getting as a bonus for purchasing the Complete Wedding Videography course. We have a private Facebook community. This is somewhere that you want to be. A lot of people in there interacting. It's a smaller group where we go live, we do trainings, we look at your websites, we look at your films, and it's a tight-knit community to help each other get better. We're doing something special with this one. We're going to go live once a month for the next year, doing a monthly training with Nick and myself, similar to what you just heard here on the podcast, where we're breaking down different things for you and walking through things that are happening in our industry so you can get better. And then as a bonus, if you pay in full, we're giving you the Posing for Wedding Videographers bundle. That is our 45-minute posing guide, a video where we're with a couple that we have never met before. It comes with a PDF with 20 different poses for you to have for your couple portrait times. So many people are in love with that. And besides that, you're going to get the actual course itself, which is 3 modules: business, shooting, and editing. Each one of them is around 8 hours of content. Every single thing that we know about business, everything we know about shooting, everything about editing. And that is going to be a full comprehensive master course on all things wedding videography, how to run your business, how to shoot on a wedding day, what to be thinking about on a wedding day, and how to pull that together with an edit that sells higher end weddings. I can't tell you how many people have messaged and posted in our groups saying how they've doubled their prices. We've had people that have had brides with a budget of $900 book a $4,500 wedding. People are raising their prices, they're getting better, they're getting off of the sidelines, and they're growing because they're investing into themselves. And like we talk about in the podcast or the live, investing into yourself is where you want to be to get to where you want to go. If you are talking to future you, is that person going to be happy with the decisions you've made? So that is the $14.97 bundle, and we have a $19.97 bundle, which is the same thing and some extras. So for $500 more, you're going to get a mentor session with Nick and me, a full mentor session, a $500 value, a film review from Nick and I. So we're going to watch one of your films. We're doing 4 private trainings with all the people that have joined our premium bundle. So it's 4 extra trainings, just extra hand holding. And then in November, we are releasing a course that we're really excited about called YouTube Mastery. And this is going to break down how we have each, Nick and I, built 10,000 plus member subscriber base YouTube subscribers. We're breaking down everything we've done to get monetized and how we are getting bookings all around the globe from YouTube. So that's your 2 different options. You've got the Complete Wedding Videography course for $14.97 or a premium bundle for $19.97. And as I'm recording this, we have a few spots left, but the first 50 people that purchase the course we are entering them into a bundle to win a bundle that is worth over $3,500. Small HD is giving away a Focus 7 and a Focus 5 over $1,000 value. Lens Rentals is giving away a $250 Lens Rentals gift card. Wedditor is giving away a full wedding edit as well as an audio edit. Then we have MusicBed, who jumped in and has given us a 1-year MusicBed membership. And then How to Film Weddings is throwing in a mentor session as well. So all of that added together, one of the first 50 students. And as I'm recording this, I think we have 6 spots left. So I'm recording this the day before it goes live here on Wednesday. So I'm not sure if those are going to be available, but that is it in a nutshell. We have payment plans starting at $147 a month for our complete wedding videography course. There's a 21-day money-back guarantee. Be sure to check out CompleteWeddingVideography.com to see all of the details. If you have any questions at all, you can just email howtofilmweddings@gmail.com. You can DM Nick or myself on Facebook or post in the groups. Ask the questions. We are here for you. We know that this is an investment, and we know that we're selling you something. We give all year long, and we give, but this time of the year, we want to show you how you can really grow your business. And so we are confident in this. We have a 21-day money-back guarantee, and that is because we care so much about this course. So be sure to check it out. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Drop on over by CompleteWeddingVideography.com, and until next time, we'll see you.